All right, Nathan here. I want to talk about the 2018 Divisional Round playoffs. Last week was pretty rough. I picked all favorites, and every single underdog covered. The Saints were up big, didn't cover. Same with Kansas City. They were up 21-3 at the half, didn't cover. And despite Jacksonville dominating Buffalo, they didn't cover either. So it's kind of disappointing, but that's how it goes. But I did get 3 out of 4 of the over-under. The only one I missed was the Rams and Falcons going under. I picked over, but I had the Saints, Panthers going over, and then the under on Kansas City and on Jacksonville games. Any case, it's a new week, new games. We're going to get this one. So I just want to try something a little different. Let me try to share what I like to look at. So this is what I look at when I like to see the latest odds. I usually go with the Westgate, but depending on what kind of book people might use, the odds and the lines can vary a little bit. So if you can see here, we've got Atlanta at Philadelphia. Atlanta is actually favored by 3. I believe they opened at -2, and now they're -3. Basically, everyone and their mom is back in Atlanta. No one believes in Philadelphia. Atlanta did definitely impress against the Rams. Their season, they have something to prove. They want to get back to the Super Bowl. So certainly, Atlanta could be a team of destiny this season. But, Philadelphia is an extremely talented team. They're the number 1 seed for a reason. And despite Nick Foles playing the last 3 games of the season, he still won 2 games. So it's not like he did nothing. So I am hesitant to take Atlanta here on the road. The home underdogs, no one believes in them. Philadelphia, with that much talent, solid defense, incredibly talented offense, it's hard for me to believe that Philadelphia is just going to get blown out by Atlanta. Atlanta's got to travel on the road here. So I'm taking Philadelphia, home underdogs, +3. And the over-under is 41. I'm going to go over. There's just too much talent on offense with Philadelphia. Same with Atlanta. That this game, it's got to go over here. The game after that, we've got Tennessee at New England. Tennessee was down 21-3 against Kansas City. Kansas City was dominated them until Travis Kelce went out, basically, and then they couldn't move the ball in the second half. New England is every bit as good as Kansas City, if not much better. Tennessee, they really couldn't do anything on offense until a few lucky plays. Marcus Mariota catching his own tip pass for a touchdown. Something just insane stuff. So I actually like New England -13.5 at home. They've got a chip on their shoulder. There's all this fake news going around that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and Robert Kraft, they're all hate each other and are fighting. This could be last year together. I don't believe a second of it. And they want to go out and prove that they're the real deal. They're going to the Super Bowl. They're going to repeat, or at least they're going to win this and go to the AFC Championship. So I like New England to dominate Tennessee here. 47 points. I think it's actually going to go under. Not because I don't think New England isn't going to score a lot of points, but because I just don't think Tennessee can score. I really don't. If Kansas City can hold them with Kansas City's terrible defense, 21-3, New England, after the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, had one of the best defenses in the league. They were like the worst after the first 2 or 3 weeks. They got everything figured out. They've got one of the best. So I think the score is going to be something like 31-3. 31-10, something like that, where New England's going to blow them out pretty easily. Tennessee might play tough for a quarter or 2, but they're just not going to be able to hang with New England, barring some really unusual, crazy circumstances. So we got New England -13.5 at home, taking the under. That's the play. Now we've got Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown looks like he's probable. He's going to play. But here's the thing. Jacksonville actually went into Pittsburgh earlier this season and blew out Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger, I believe, threw 5 interceptions. Everyone thought he was washed up. No one knew Jacksonville was the real deal. If they did it earlier this season, why can't they do it again? So I am hesitant to want to take Pittsburgh here. Now they know, what they're dealing with, but if they couldn't handle Jacksonville's defense before, I don't see why they would be able to do it again. And they were full strength at the time as well. Now, yeah, they're going to be a little more careful, but I like Jacksonville to keep it close, if not potentially win it. So we're going to go Jacksonville plus 7.5. Over-under is 40.5 points. It's probably going to be a low-scoring game. My guess it's going to go 20-20, going to overtime, just like the college football championship. This game will finish at like 43 points, with Pittsburgh or Jacksonville winning in a field goal. And then last, we've got New Orleans at Minnesota. Minnesota is excellent team, incredible defense. New Orleans, super solid offense and defense, can beat you either way. This is tough. I really want to say Minnesota probably will win, but the 4 points, just like in the championship game, Georgia, or rather Alabama, was a 4-point favorite. They won by 3. So I kind of like New Orleans here, just in the sense that I think it's going to be close. Minnesota might win, but they're probably going to win by like 3 points or less. So we're going to take New Orleans plus 4 on the road. Over-under is 45. Let's go over. New Orleans can score points in bundles. I know that Minnesota's defense is really good, but this is one of those games where it's going to be probably like 10-10 going to the fourth quarter. And then they score, 3 touchdowns, and this goes over in the last minute with a field goal to win it. So that's what I like here. Just my picks for the week. I hope you like them. And let me go back to this. So comments, questions, let me know if you like the content. We'll keep it going. Hopefully we can keep it going to the Super Bowl. All right. Well, that's what I have for you this week. Talk to you guys later.